So in this video, I'm going to share the top 3 most common mistakes that beginner singers make and what I made in my journey, and how by just simply avoiding these mistakes or trying to minimize these mistakes, it can really accelerate your growth in your singing and the progress you make in the singing. So my name is Rohit and I've been studying about singing for years now, and my goal with this channel is to simplify singing so anyone can learn how to sing and gain confidence and become a much more confident vocalist by focusing on the fundamentals. So one of the very first things which really got me clicking is because I was trying to learn how to sing the high notes. And this is one of the biggest mistakes a lot of singers make. They think that the flashy things like singing the high notes or singing the runs are the most important things when it comes to singing, which is actually a very flashy, a very cool thing to do, and in most cases it's very flashy, but these are not the fundamentals. So what a lot of people do, and what I wanted to do, I wanted to sing like the power metal singers, right? So I can sing really high note with a lot of power, but I just couldn't do it. And so I like forcing myself just focusing on high notes, but that is like ignoring the fundamentals. So one of the fundamentals to singing, which I was ignoring for a while, was breathing technique, and breathing from the lower part of your belly, almost from your pelvic area. We don't have lungs there, but when you visualize it and we focus from singing from there, it made a huge difference. So focus on your breathing. Breathing is very important. And I've included this exercise in my free community. If you really want to check it out, there's a link in the description below. Check out my free community. There are all the fundamentals of singing there for free, and some free exercises for you to follow along as well. I will quickly share one exercise which really helped me expand my range, which was like a shh exercise. So you breathe in all the way deep. You imagine you're breathing from your belly button. You breathe in all the way deep there, and then you exhale with a shh sound, right? And what we're trying to do is, we are not trying to make the s very strong. We are just trying to produce the sound with minimal effort. So I will give you an example. So you breathe in all the way to your belly from here, okay? So you breathe in deep, and exhale. And take a couple of normal deep breaths. And then again, you can do multiple rounds of it. And I guarantee you, if you do 3 rounds of this and then you start singing, it will be easier for you to hit tones. Your pitch will be much more better. You will be steady in your notes, and you won't be running out of breath as much as compared to before. So this is like one of the keys to like really singing well, is to really focus on breathing, and at least spend 2 to 5 minutes on some breathing exercises, because at the end of the day, singer is like, we are almost like an athlete, right? So we need to work on different things, and one of the different thing is our vocal fitness, like just the fitness of our lung capacity. So just by breathing deeper, reminding your body to breathe deeper, you will have more breath, and you will learn how to exhale the breath and produce the sound with minimal amount of breath. So you will have better breath control, and that is really like a base, one of the core fundamental pillars to singing, and will really help you become a much better singer in the long run. And you might not see immediate results. Sometimes you might see right away, like when you do the breathing exercise and you perform a song, you see some results right away. But in some cases, it takes a bit of practice. You might have to do these exercises for 2-3 weeks to really get your body aligned with this breathing, and really for your body to understand. Okay, so the second thing which a lot of people do, like a lot of beginner singers do, is they don't really focus on building the fundamentals of singing. The second thing is, they don't focus on their ears. They don't focus whether what they are singing is actually, in pitch or not, or does it sound good or not, how does the tone sound? Because when you sing, you are not really aware in a way, like for example, when you learn how to play golf, right? Because you're so close to the instrument, that's why you need another person to look at you, or another person to help you. And when you play tennis or any other sport, you always have other coaches who are looking at you and telling you, okay, maybe you could change your swing a little bit, maybe you can turn your body a little bit, maybe you can have this angle, or that's this placement, tilt your body this way, that way. So When you have those other people guiding you, it gives you a different outlook on yourself. So if you have a if you can hire a singer, or even if you can just hire somebody who has, you know, some singing experience to just watch you when you're singing and tell you like what's going on, that will really help you get a second perspective. And the best thing would be to record yourself. So when you record yourself performing and you're singing and you're recording yourself, you can hear yourself back and see if you're actually singing on pitch, and hear yourself if you're actually, your tone is sound. Does it sound so squeaky? Like a lot of times when I would sing high notes, I was really squeaky. I would go, where do we go now? Where do we go? So I can sing those notes, but do they sound good? Do they sound they sound really squeaky, really pushed out? And I was like, okay, I'm hitting the note, I'm making the progress, but actually didn't sound good. So I had to work on my technique and make it more full. Where do we go now? Where do we go? So like that, so making it more filler, or using my head voice where I need to, instead of where do we go now? So when you use a lot of nasal, you need lots of these, you know, this kind of nasally sound. Sometimes it is easier to, you know, hit the high notes, but in the long run, it doesn't really sound really nice. It sounds really squeaky and it doesn't sound nice. So when I recorded myself and I looked back and I was like, dude, I sound really squeaky. So, but before that, I would sing that in a live setting. I would sing in karaoke and I would be confident. People will actually enjoy it because they're like, okay, he's at least on pitch. But it didn't sound as good as it could. Only when I recorded myself and I looked back, that really helped me. So recording yourself, getting a second, you know, second set of eyes looking at you, or second set of ears hearing you, whether you're on pitch, or how does your tone sound, you know, how does your run sound. Because when you're singing, you might think you're doing a great job, but when on the recording, it might sound different. So recording yourself can make a huge difference. So the second mistake is not looking for an external feedback. Okay, not recording yourself, or not hiring a coach, or not just even asking your friend to just watch you sing and tell you, you know, do you really sound, somebody who's really honest, somebody, do I really sound squeaky? Is my tone good? Is my pitch good? Am I off pitch or whatnot, right? So that's the thing. Third mistake which I see a lot of singers do is they just focus on the beginning of the song too much, and when they go to the middle or the end, they try to rush through it, right? Because this is what I did when I went to open mics and stuff. So usually, sometimes I actually even cut my short instead of singing the whole 3 minutes. I just sang the first 2 minutes because I never really practiced the bridge. I never really practiced the last chorus or the last, you know, how the song ends. So I was never confident with those last verses or the last bridge. Usually, what I recommend for most singers when they start learning how to sing is practice the middle verses and the bridge first. Always practice. Usually the beginning verse and the middle verse are very similar. Most of the cases in most pop songs, they're exactly the same, with few changes of lyrics here and there. But you know, start from the middle, right? Because every time people start practicing, they start from the beginning. By the time they get to the middle, they kind of lose track of it, or they get too caught up in the music, or they don't practice it well enough to have that confidence. But if you start from the middle and you practice the middle verse, and then you practice the bridge, okay, and then you go back to the beginning, and then you practice from beginning all the way to the end, that will help you gain a lot more confidence. That will help you really become more confident. I know the lyrics, I know the rhythm, I know if there are any runs or any difficult parts, you will be able to handle them. So a lot of people, instead of trying to, they always, you know, sometimes if you're just working out, or you know, or you're just working on your vocal technique, sometimes it might be okay to just start with the first verse, you know, just to get into the flow. But when you're actually preparing to sing a song, when you're actually preparing to go out there and perform, it is, in my opinion, really better to always practice from the middle. Find the middle verse, the next verse, the chorus, and the bridge. In most cases, there will be a bridge in the song. Practice these three things first: the middle verse, the middle chorus, and the bridge, and gain real solid confidence that you can sing the middle chorus, you can sing the middle verse, and you can sing the middle bridge with a lot of confidence. And then go back to the first verse, and you will be a lot more confident, because usually people start from the beginning, they never really focus on the middle or the end, and then they just rush through it, or they make mistakes, or they cut short, like I did, right? I would go to open mics, I would learn the whole song, but usually I would start from the beginning, so the first 2-3 first verse, chorus, I will be confident, but by the time bridge came, I would lose my confidence. Sometimes I would just cut the song short because I just did not feel enough confident. But if you practice the middle parts and you record yourself and watch yourself if you're singing the middle part on pitch, how's your tone, is your timing correct, right? And then you can assess yourself. So these are like one of the 3 most common mistakes I've seen beginner singers make. So if you just start focus on your breathing exercises before you begin any singing session, that will really help you. The second thing is always record yourself and practice from the middle. So if you're learning a song, practice from the middle verse, practice the middle chorus and the bridge first, and record yourself and look back, how is your performance? Are you on pitch? And if you can't really assess if you're on pitch or not, get another set of ears, send it to your friend, send it to somebody who you trust, or get a coach and tell them, this is how I'm singing. Am I on pitch? Am I doing great or not? So that's really valuable in many ways. So I hope you found this video really useful. If you haven't checked out my free community, check out, it's in the link in the description below, where you can join for completely free, where I'm there every week. There are a lot of other singers and supportive community there as well who support you on your singing journey. So check it out, join in the description below, and where I go over all the fundamentals of singing, which would really help you. If you just focus on practicing and getting this fundamentals solidified, it will really help you become a really solid singer in the long run. So give it a thumbs up if you really liked it. Send it to a friend or someone you know who might benefit from this video. I wish you guys great success on your singing journey, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, happy singing. I'll see you guys later.